Marvin Vettori versus Kevin Holland just took place in the main event of UFC Fight Night Vegas 23 on ABC2, Vettori versus Holland, and let's break this one down. It wasn't the most entertaining main event you've ever seen in your life, let's just be honest. But it was a decent performance by Marvin Vettori. He went out there, he dominated pretty much every single round other than the first one. I think he actually might have lost the first round to Kevin Holland, because Kevin Holland, even though he took this fight on short notice, showed up to fight today. Like, he really looked good on the feet early, was landing a couple of good shots. Marvin Vettori would sneak underneath some of those big shots and get himself a takedown. He controlled Kevin Holland for 20 minutes and 1 second of a 25-minute fight. That's kind of... I shouldn't even have to go on in this video. He controlled Kevin Holland on the ground for 20 minutes and 1 second of a 25-minute fight. It was basically like the White Brunson had come along to take on Kevin Holland again. And this time we're going to see if Kevin Holland can take on the same style once more. But Marvin Vettori tried some things out on the feet. Kevin Holland is really good on the feet. Landed a couple of shots here and there. Landed some big shots on Marvin Vettori as well. At one point in the later rounds, he actually tagged Marvin Vettori with a good shot. But Vettori was just on top for too long, landing total strikes the entire time in certain rounds. Significant strikes actually tell a different story. Holland was actually ahead on significant strikes in round 3, 4, and 5, because Vettori didn't land a single significant strike in round 5 and only landed one in round 4, apparently. But I thought he landed more than that. But Marvin Vettori on the floor landed the shots where he needed to, passed over the guard multiple times to get full mount, had some close arm triangle attempts as well, but apparently Kevin Holland is immune from being arm triangled, because Derek Brunson and Marvin Vettori have both put him in the same position. In fact, even in the same round, I believe, because it was in round 2. And somehow he didn't tap to either of them. So credit to Kevin Holland for not tapping to the arm triangle and showing some good heart out there not to tap to that, because I've seen a lot of arm triangles tap people that don't look as tight as Vettori's did on Holland. Like, Vettori looked like he had the arm triangle in deep. Maybe he didn't have enough juice to get the squeeze. Who knows? Maybe he didn't have enough cardio in the system. I know it looked like he was slowing down here and there, but Holland was slowing down as well. Holland's eye was really swollen up after the second round. I mean, Vettori landed some equally good shots on the feet in this fight, don't get me wrong. But it seemed like Holland had a little bit of an advantage on the feet. Little bit of an advantage, which is crazy to me, because Vettori had some really competitive stand-up rounds with Israel Adesanya earlier in his career when he was like 22 years of age. So the fact that Holland's gone out there and actually did quite well on the feet against Marvin Vettori is pretty good. But Vettori's game plan the whole time: get Kevin Holland to the ground. If he doesn't get the first takedown, shoot again for the second takedown. He'll get that one. And that was the fight in a nutshell, really. There's not really too much to break down. Holland wasn't really talking this time whatsoever. No words were spoken. I was really hoping he would let out like a, shit, here we go again, whenever Marvin Vettori got him down. But he was very focused. He wanted to win. But I really am calling absolute fucking bullshit on these stats. You telling me they weren't significant strikes? Don't get me wrong, the strike numbers are probably accurate in terms of total strikes, but we need to start figuring out what's a total strike and what's a significant strike. Because you can barely catch someone on the forehead with a jab, and it's a significant strike. You can like graze off their forehead with your little knuckle from a jab. But then a guy like postures up on the ground and lands a good punch that swole up Kevin Holland's eye on the ground, and that's not a significant strike for Marvin Vettori. Interesting the way they score significant strikes, but whatever. All good. Total strikes in favour of Marvin Vettori. Landed way too many of them on the ground, and that was really the telltale of the fight. I mean, Holland had nothing after round 3, really. There were some moments. There were a couple of moments where Holland had some decent bursts of energy where he would land a combination on Vettori, catch Vettori on the chin. Vettori's got a really good chin, I would argue, because Holland was landing some really big shots, and they weren't just landing on the head of Marvin Vettori. They were landing like square, middle knuckle to the point of the chin of Marvin Vettori on like, I'd say 4 different occasions. There were some like big shots landed from Kevin Holland in the scrambles, but Vettori takes them well. He takes the shots well. He's got a good chin. He can grapple hard for 5 rounds, which was also good to see from him. He also had energy even in the 5th round to look to pass guard and get into full mount. I'm not saying it was the best performance in the world, but no. But also, this is the middleweight division, and I need people to understand this. This is the middleweight division. It's not going to look good a lot of the time. it's, in my opinion, and it keeps being validified non-stop every single event, in my opinion, the men's middleweight division is the worst male division in the UFC. Now, not the worst division in the UFC, of course, I'm not that stupid, but the worst male division in the UFC. There are some really shambolic performances. They're lucky they're big guys, and they'd be a problem for the welterweights purely because of their size, but there's some shoddy performances here and there. But Marvin Vettori gets it done. I thought he won every round after the first, and maybe the second could be a 10-8 because he was just on top the whole round long. It felt like 4.5 minutes of Vettori just landing shots on Kevin Holland in total strikes. Had the arm triangle attempt as well. So I'd say you can give a 10-8 round in the second for Marvin Vettori, even though the stats don't show that in terms of significant strikes. But yeah, rounds 3, 4, and 5. It was like as soon as Vettori got the takedown, you thought to yourself, it's over for Holland. Every single round. And Holland would do some good things. He would maybe get back up to his feet, but then Vettori would duck backhander, get the takedown, get his hands together, scoop him up, take him down again, and Vettori showed great takedowns, man. I know there's going to be a lot of hatred on Marvin Vettori's performance, and it wasn't the performance he needed to get a title shot. It was not. If he went out there and smoked Holland, KO'd him on the feet, or actually got that arm triangle in round 2, maybe we'd be talking about if Whittaker doesn't win against Gastelum, maybe we can give Marvin Vettori a title shot. I feel like even if Gastelum does beat Whittaker, you still don't give Marvin Vettori a title shot after that performance. Very good performance. Extremely good performance. Did he live up to the anticipation of this angry psycho? Maybe not. But he's fighting Kevin Holland. Dangerous short notice replacement. Very dangerous on the feet. Got KO power. Very unorthodox. He wanted to go out there and grapple every round and dominate every round with his grappling. And other than round 1, which arguably still could have gone to him, but I don't think so. He dominated every round in the grappling department. So good job, Marvin Vettori. Really great performance. It's actually kind of good that it worked out this way. Vettori gets to work on himself, build himself even more. You've got to remember, Marvin Vettori is how many years of age? 27, I want to say, and maybe not even that. Marvin Vettori is 27 years of age, and he's 28 in September. So if we can get him back just before September against another top contender, in my opinion, what the UFC needs to do immediately is book Paulo Costa versus Jared Cannonier for May, then turn around the winner of that against Marvin Vettori for a title elimination bout. I think that's what they should do. I'd like to see Vettori take on a guy in the top 5, but for right now, 27 years of age, I like that he grappled his way to a win. I thought he would grapple his way to a win. I thought he'd get a submission in the first or second round. I was very close, but Holland is immune to chokes for some reason, except if Brendan Allen uses them, which is weird. But still, it worked out for the best. I'm glad that he grappled, because if you think about it, in terms of an Israel Adesanya matchup, what if Vettori just grapples with him? Now, I'm not saying that Vettori showed me in that fight that he has the grappling ability to dismantle Adesanya in the takedowns, but he got Adesanya down in their first fight, and I know that Adesanya's takedown defense must have improved, but like there is now a question that there really wasn't before, which was, Vettori can grapple hard for 5 rounds. What if he does that against Adesanya? What if he brings this different kind of style in there against Adesanya? If he went out there and just struck with Holland, and Holland was landing good shots back and forth, Holland started to gas out on the feet a little bit, and Vettori started to overwhelm him with the stand-up, I wouldn't really learn much about where he stands with Adesanya. But the fact that we've seen him grapple hard for 5 rounds and win a fight by grappling hard for 5 rounds, it leaves a little bit of a, he's the only guy who can maybe beat Adesanya. I know Whittaker's probably going to want a title shot if he beats Gastelum. I think Whittaker should just cancel the Gastelum fight right now, pull out with a collarbone or something. I'm not saying anything about Darren Till, but like, faint a little bit of a, oh no, I've got Rona, looks like I'm going to be out for 2 weeks, find a replacement for Kelvin Gastelum, which probably will be Kevin Holland again, knowing him, but still, yeah, if I was Whittaker, do what, just lick banisters. Whittaker's already earned the title shot with that performance from Vettori. Even if he doesn't show up against Gastelum and still 2-0 in the division against Jared Cannonier and against Darren Till, he's still going to get a title shot against Adesanya. So if I'm Whittaker right now, I know he's going to show up to take on Kelvin, and he's probably going to win as well, but I'll talk about that in a second tomorrow when my full card predictions for that card comes out. But I'd go around licking fucking door handles if I was Whittaker. Like, just looking around, where was Alexander Volkanovski staying? You know what I mean? Just figuring things out. Lick a couple of door handles here and there. share a couple of meals back and forth with Khamzat Chimaev, get the Rona syndrome. Oh no, I'm going to have to be out for 2 weeks. Looks like I can't make it to this one. Oh, a title shot with Adesanya. What do you know? But it's all good. Hopefully Whittaker beats Gastelum. That would really establish some normalcy to the division. We can give Whittaker the title shot, but you know, Vettori won the fight. 11 out of 17 takedowns, 20 minutes of top control, 152 total strikes, 24 significant. I mean, it was an alright performance. It wasn't anything crazy. I don't know how the judges didn't give Holland the first round. Like, not one of them. I mean, I thought Vettori could have snuck the first round as well, don't get me wrong, but like, the judge, not one of you gave Holland the first round. Fair play. But, you know, Holland just didn't have the energy in it. So, who knows? Oh, well. In my opinion, Vettori needs to change some things moving forward, though. If he is going to be taking on Israel Adesanya, I need Marvin Vettori to trim down the weight a little bit. He does not need to be that big. He's skilled enough with his hands. I think trimming down a little bit of weight would help him push a pace a little bit later on into fights. I know he's going to use that 5-round cardio experience to know that he can do that again. But let's slow it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Trim down the frame. He's a little bit of a monster for the division. I don't think he needs to be. I'd say if I was Marvin Vettori's coach right now, okay, Marvin, great performance. We're not going to have a title shot. We're going to wait and evolve ourselves. Okay, we're going to evolve ourselves and wait for the winner of Cannonier versus Costa to take on them for a title shot. Or if Gastelum beats Whittaker, I guess they can do a King's MMA battle. Vettori versus Gastelum, something like that. But I'm also going to say to Vettori, if I am his coach, trim down 5 pounds. You'll be able to push a bit of a harder pace. He's already got the grappling skill to get it done. It wasn't like strength-based takedowns. It was just good reactionary takedowns. In the 4th round, Holland landed like a really big shot on Vettori. Or maybe the 5th round even. Vettori would eat a big shot from Holland on the feet that was wild and looping. And immediately, without even thinking about it, just, oh, takedown attempt. I'm just going to scoot underneath and take him down. It were good takedowns. So, wasn't the most entertaining fight. But good performance by Vettori. And Holland, I don't know what to say with Holland. He's kind of done. He's not done. He's not done. There's no cutting Kevin Holland. He showed up on short notice. He saved the event. And Marvin Vettori saved the event as well. Both guys young, 28, 27. Who cares? They're saving the event. Good spotlight for Marvin Vettori. He's gaining a lot of followers right now. He's not gaining many followers right now, but he's gaining some. A little bit of a boost of popularity for Marvin Vettori. Boost of popularity for Kevin Holland as well, because it wasn't like an embarrassing loss. It was just what we expected with his takedown defense. But if I'm Kevin Holland, right now, Sean Strickland versus Jotko is coming up soon. If Sean Strickland beats Krzysztof Jotko, I pray to the MMA gods, please, if Strickland beats Jotko, I think he's already ranked 15, so he's going to be around 14, 15. Please make Sean Strickland versus Kevin Holland. If you're an MMA fan, you'll know exactly why. Both guys are the talkers in the cage. Sean Strickland has literally yelled the words, "Fuck you," as he's delivering KO blows to people. Fuck you, as he's KOing someone. You've got to watch the Brendan Allen fight, and also the John Phillips fight as well. We need those two in a cage together, and let's make history. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Toodle pip, I'll see you later. Click that button up there. Thank you, Holland, for stepping up and saving the event, but he got dominated, so Vettori can grapple a bit. Goodbye.